All right, so this is going to be a long video. I noticed there was a string of things that were happening that what people would call having a bad day. But I don't believe in bad days, right? I believe in 365 good days. And I believe that every situation, circumstance is here to give us an opportunity for whatever. But things were getting on my nerves. But it was all centered around two things: my money and my decision making. And there's something I really want to say and interject here. A lot of people think they need to cut their expenses and they need to stop spending. And if that's you, that's true for you, fine. But that's not what I'm going to tell you. I'm always going to tell you to make more money. They talk about 7 streams, 8 streams, 10 streams, 9 streams. At one point, I had 111 streams because I was trying to catch up and I heard that Warren Buffett had 99 streams. I don't care if you have one massive stream, but it has 7 to 8 to 50 million different pockets in that one stream, or if you want to have 7 to 8 different streams. I could care less how you do it, as long as you diversify in the one or you diversify in the many. Diversification is the key. So I said all that to say, because I have diversified income streams, and because I know how to get money, if you will, and I'm big on cash flow, right? I wasn't worried about how I was going to recoup financially when I started getting the news. I think what did come over me is that I don't want back-to-back bad news. I didn't want to have to regulate my nervous system per call, per text, per notification. And that's what bothered me the most, was that I had to regulate my nervous system for several different things back to back. And that's what I was really upset about. That's why I was talking about the decision making. Every decision that I made was a financial decision for me in this moment, right? So the first call I get, 100%, not, nothing on me, just a, hey, this is what's going on. Hey, I gotta handle it. Hey, can you help get me through this? But I'm the one who's gonna handle it. Okay. The next one was, hey, it's my money. I can do what I want, however I want, right? No, you can't, because you're not in a position to do that. And now you're messing up the stuff I have going on. So that did affect me. The second call I got, 100%, as a landlord, you're gonna get phone calls, new house or old, and you're responsible for certain things. If it's not on the tenant, it's on you. Period. It just is what it is. That situation, I had to come out of pocket, no problem, because I had things secured that I could. No matter the amount, I could afford it up to a certain amount of money. Even if I didn't want to pay it, I had it. I still didn't want to pay it, but I had it. And I went with the higher option because it was a cheaper option, but I said, no, let's just get this done, because I know what I would want and how I would want to be treated. And I know what that tenant is going through, and I know what I would want somebody to do for me. So let me do this right here, because it's only helping all of us. And this is one of the best tenants I've ever had in my entire life. Check mark, done. Okay. The next set of things was just a matter of me saying, you know what? How about this? I don't want to deal with certain things. I was told I couldn't do something. And if you ever want to see me accomplish something, play with me and tell me that it's not going to get done. And see, doesn't it get done? So I was told that something wasn't going to get done. That absolutely got done. And I knew that it was going to get done, because I don't know who they thought they were talking to. Okay? So that got done. And then it was just a couple of other things, right? So let me spare you the tedium and say this. Back-to-back decisions were being called for because I had streams and different projects that I was working on that I had to handle, and it all needed my focus and attention. Now, it didn't need me by myself. I could have sent a property manager. I could have sent someone in the auto business. I could have sent my sister or some. I didn't have to take care of it. Okay? And this is where I decided I don't want to be responsible and obligated for my entire life. I want to be accountable, but I don't have to be responsible and obligated for my responsibilities. I can have teams and systems in place that can handle these type of things for me, so that way I'm not dealing with them. Now, it doesn't mean that I still don't have to handle them, or the things I set up don't have to handle. It just means I personally don't need to be dealing with it and seeing it and getting the notifications, the phone calls, and the text messages. Somebody else has the bandwidth to handle this on my behalf. It still needs to be handled on my behalf. I don't have to do it. So let me hear you say my behalf. On my behalf. This is the lesson. This is the message. On my behalf. I need A, B, C, and D on my behalf. I consent to things being handled in a proper fashion, in a healthy way, on my behalf. I consent to things being handled in a healthy fashion, in a proper fashion, in a healthy way, on my behalf. Okay? So anyway, handled all that, semi got out of it, and then I check into my hotel room. There was a personal agitation because someone told me they were going to do something that they didn't do, and I decided to give a little mercy because whatever, right? It's not that big of a deal. It is, but it isn't. It could become one, so we're going to have. This means that I just have to go to another level, right? And that's what this is about. So anyway, I check into my room. Everything's cool. Get in there. Like I said, I had a small personal agitation, whatever. Woke up and said, I'm not going to do it. Going throughout my day, get back, hit my key to hit that door, and it doesn't work. And I'm like, oh, okay, no
Exit
problem.
the park.
So when I get downstairs, the freaking check-in line is flooded. It's like, where did all these people come from? I'm not standing in that line. So I waited till I saw someone with, like a badge or something, like, hey, listen, here's my ID, here's my key, code it so I can get in my key. Get in my door. So he comes back, but he comes back with a manager and with my ID and this room key. And the manager's like, ma'am, you checked out. Who checked out? Y'all checked me out? I did not check out. He said, yeah, you checked out. No, I didn't. And where's my stuff? If I checked out, where's my stuff? So anyway, 2 hours later, he comes back and he's like, here's your bag of things. And I'm like, dang, Florida's putting people out. Like, I felt homeless in that moment. I've been homeless before. Like, it was a bad feeling. I'm like, bruh, like, dang. He was like, well, the issue was you
Turn left onto Northeast 2nd Avenue.
The issue was you checked in too early, and so they checked you out too early, right? And don't worry about it. I'm going to get you a room, yada, yada, all the things, right? And at that moment, I knew that this was my chance to be proper to myself and think about, like, take myself out of me and think from a third party perspective and put myself in third person. Because with you in first person, things can feel a lot worse than they really are. So that is a strategy that you can research into oblivion. You can speak to as many psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, all of this, and you will find observation for certain type of nervous systems will heal you and cure you in some cases indefinitely, okay? So he told me, he said, ma'am, I'm gonna treat you to dinner. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, all the things. I'll spare you the tedium there, but he's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. He said, ma'am, typically people in your circumstance, in your situation, have the worst attitude possible. They disrespect me. They're not good people. They treat me wrong. He said, you have such a good attitude about all of this, and I'm so grateful for you, and I'm gonna take care of you, and I got you. And he did. He took very good care of me, and that's what I needed to hear. That even with pressure on me, my core being was calm. I knew things were gonna get handled. I knew I may not like every circumstance and outcome, but I knew that I still had to be who I was supposed to be in that moment because we're all going through something and we're all having an experience.
I'm 5 shots in right now.